Hi, I'm Anne-Marie Waltz. Thank you for joining me on my show. And my new motto is see it, plan it, and do it. So I want to be able to help inspire you and have you come back and listen to my show some more. So let's get started. I haven't done a podcast in a little while. I had just a couple things that I've been really tied up into lately. And most recently, I started participating on Clubhouse and I was invited by another friend. If you want to know more about that, just simply shoot me a message at annemariewaltz.com and I will be happy to help you out about that. So today's topic, what I wanted to discuss with you is, do you ever have an idea or more than one idea, and maybe they even keep you up at night, but you have a problem launching your ideas? So if that resonates to you, be sure to leave me a comment, because this is what I get really excited about, is that ideas, they're so contagious, they can be so powerful that they can bring people together. And in your case, maybe your idea that you have is going to help you pivot to have a brand new career. And wouldn't that be awesome? Because maybe where you're sitting right now in your life, you're like, oh God, I just wish I could do something else, but I don't even know where to begin. So I want to share with you a little bit some tidbits that I picked up while I've been visiting all these virtual rooms in Clubhouse. And some of my takeaways have lent themselves to me trying actually new things, but also me coming to a place of, I know what some things that I do are going to help you. And what comes to mind is, when it comes to launching an idea, where do you even begin? Well, there's going to be different personalities, different work styles. Anytime you bring anybody into a conversation, a group of people, or even a room, do you find that maybe you're more of an introvert? Or do you find that you're an extrovert? Or do you find that you're somewhere in between? In sharing a little bit about myself, I can tell you that I've done things like I was an educator for Redken L'Oreal USA. So I was really had to be pulled out of my box, so to speak, to be groomed, educated, trained on how to do public speaking. But in my everyday life, you're going to find that sometimes I tend to be a little bit more, I keep to myself some. So it's okay if you find that you're like somewhere in the middle and you just need some help. So in my case, I happen to be a creative who, when I have an idea, it turns into almost like a little mini movie. And then I'm able to act on my ideas. So, my gift that I can give to you is to help you be able to launch your ideas. Let me ask you, do you fall into this category? Do you like to make lists? And do you like to have everything mapped out? Now, what happens if when you make your list, you don't get everything done? Are you the type of person where it just drives you crazy that you're just, you are so, you get so stressed if you can't get everything on that list done? If you're like that, that's okay. Or Are you someone that has an idea, you think about it, one idea goes to the next idea, to this idea, and it's kind of like all scattered around? Well, that's okay too. And what's really nice is when you do get a mentor that's able to work with you, the list maker, that has to have everything just so. It's got to be just so, just so, just so, that if you don't get your list done, you're stressing out over the list. I can relate to that some with some of the people that I work with. And then maybe you have all these ideas that are bouncing off of each other, and you need to reel it in some, and you need help with that. I've worked with clients like that. In my case, as a creative professional, I happen to be somewhere in the middle. Now, I have to say, when it comes to see it, plan it, do it, the first thing that is an awesome technique that you can do is to do mind mapping. And in one of my previous episodes, you can look back into my podcast episodes and you can listen to the episode that is about mind mapping. So, what is mind mapping? Well, the first thing it is to acknowledge that you have your idea, put it down in the center of a piece of paper. Yes, old school pen and paper, and just write everything out that comes to mind, like very, very quickly. And it doesn't have to be a bullet point list unless that really works for you. Just get it out. So now you get it out. So the next step that you can do is start planning some of those ideas. So then that way, from that step, you can start to do your ideas. Now, here's something I just want to throw out there. I happen to be, sometimes I'll get an idea and then I love the idea and then I can see it. I know that it's going to be helpful, and then I get stuck in my own idea. Well, I know that's true of myself. So that's why I absolutely love being part of communities like Clubhouse, because you can learn from other mentors. You can be a fly on the wall. You can learn from other people that have done similar things that you're interested in. And it's always such a great resource to have other people that have done things well and have done things better than maybe what you're doing them right now, be able to bounce some ideas off of and to listen to that. Now, which brings me to a point that I want to share, which I call the 3 P's, like P as in Peter, that can really trip you up. Okay, so when it comes, which is the opposite of see it, plan it, do it. The first P, which I like to try to avoid, is perfection. If you strive for perfection, you're not ever going to get anything done. And I mean, yes, will something happen and will you get it maybe done? Maybe, but will you ever be happy with what it is that you're trying to do if you're always striving for perfection? And then the other P is procrastination. Do you find that you're sometimes too much of a perfectionist, that you wind up procrastinating? Because that can be so exhausting. And, and then the last P, well, you just have to practice. So when you practice not trying to procrastinate and just forget about perfection, just put yourself out there, take a new chance, take a risk, because you're going to have an idea, or you have an idea right now that needs to be shared it needs to be shared. It needs to be connected. It needs to be put on the internet. It needs to wake you up in the morning and have you just feel like, yes, I know what I want to do. I see what I want to do. I want to plan what I want to do, and then I'm going to do what I want to do. So that's my episode for today. And on the topic of, I'm going to take a little let's take a little segue just for a couple minutes. If you are brand new to podcasting, just do it. Don't try to be perfect at it. That'll come in time. And, your message needs to be shared. I truly believe that each one of us, from the time we're born, have a special, unique gift. Because if we didn't have something unique, well, then we'd all be the same. And wouldn't that be boring? So I'm Emery Waltz. Thank you for listening to my show. If you need help with motivation, marketing, and or a makeover, well, those are the 3 gifts that I have to share with you. Please visit AnneMarieWaltz.com, TheLoftSalonStudio.com, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel and simply Google Anne-Marie Waltz Internet Marketing. Until we meet again, I always sign off. Stay happy, stay healthy, and make somebody smile today. Until we meet again, thank you for listening.